In this video, we'll be taking a look at 3 college football games happening on October 1st, 2022, and providing you with team picks and total picks for each one of those games. So 2 picks for each game, 6 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 3 college football games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start. If you would like to gain access to our best exclusive betting picks to take your sports betting journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer anywhere from 1 betting pick a day up to 10 betting picks a day and much more. Now let's get started. Illinois versus Wisconsin. Illinois head coach Bret Bielema will face his former team when the Fighting Illini face the Wisconsin Badgers on Saturday afternoon. Bielema, who went 68-24 in 7 seasons with Wisconsin before leaving for Arkansas following the 2012 season, leads a 3-1 Illinois team. Wisconsin is looking to bounce back from a 52-21 blowout loss at number 3 Ohio State. The Wisconsin Badgers look to get back on track Saturday afternoon when they host the Illinois Fighting Illini. The Badgers dropped to 2-2 after last weekend's drubbing at the hands of Ohio State and have been pretty disappointing to start this season. Their only wins have come against smaller schools in Illinois State and New Mexico State, as they have 4 turnovers in their 2 games against Power 5 competition. Illinois, on the other hand, is off to a pleasantly surprising start at 3-1 with quality wins over Wyoming and Virginia. The Illini defense has been stellar up to this point, ranking in the top 25 in FBS in rushing yards allowed while ranking top 10 in passing yards, total yards, and points allowed. On offense, running back Chase Brown has been on an absolute tear to begin this campaign, averaging 151 yards per game on nearly 6.5 yards per carry. This game should be a slugfest between 2 conference foes that basically have the same grinded-out mentality. However, these teams enter this contest on complete opposite ends of the spectrum in terms of confidence, and that should be the difference in this one. Wisconsin has covered just twice in its past 5 games and has yet to do so against any team with a pulse this season. The Fighting Illini have recently been tremendous against the spread with a 9-3-1 such record over their last 13 games, including 3-1 so far in 2022. It's tough to envision this matchup resulting in a margin of victory of a touchdown or more for either side. So Illinois to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. Illinois has gone under in 11 of its last 14 games, including 5 of its last 6 road games. Wisconsin has cashed the under in 4 of its last 6 contests. Both teams lean heavily on their rushing attack and defense, creating a scenario where a final score of 17-14 would not be surprising. The Badgers lost one of their top offensive playmakers when tight end Clay Cundiff went down, creating even more value on this being a lower scoring affair. Both of these teams have been playing low scoring games of late, and I expect this to be another one on Saturday afternoon. Under the projected total is our full game total pick. Purdue versus Minnesota. The Purdue Boilermakers and the Minnesota Golden Gophers meet in Week 5 Big Ten college football action from Huntington Bank Stadium on Saturday afternoon. Purdue is 9-4 against the spread in their last 13 games against a team with a winning record, and 4-1 against the spread in their last 5 games following an against the spread loss, while the over is 6-0 in their last 6 games following a win. Minnesota is 24-9-1 against the spread in their last 34 games overall, and 5-0 against the spread in their last 5 home games, while the over is 6-2 in their last 8 games in October. The Purdue Boilermakers take on the Minnesota Golden Gophers in a Big Ten West battle. Purdue has started the season 2-2 with losses to Penn State and Syracuse and wins over FAU and Indiana State. The Boilermakers are looking to get their first Big Ten win of the season. Minnesota is 4-0 with wins over New Mexico State, Western Illinois, Colorado, and Michigan State. The Golden Gophers are trying to win a Big Ten West title and need a win in this divisional game. Minnesota has rolled against everyone and has played this season with an average margin of victory of 39 points. The Gophers rely on their defense and run game, only allowing 6 points per game on average and rushing for 294.5 yards. Purdue has only played 2 good teams this year in Penn State and Syracuse. Both teams have a strong rushing game and decent defense, but not as good as Minnesota. I get the case to be made for the Boilermakers, and maybe Minnesota's going to start being more of a public team. But I don't care. Minnesota's been far more convincing up to this point in the season, especially after such a dominant performance over Michigan State on the road. And while Purdue got the win over FAU, it's all well and good, but if Aiden O'Connell can't go here, that's going to make life much tougher when this was already a tall task to begin with. The Golden Gophers have shown no reason to doubt that they will continue to roll in this game against a team that already allows 23 points per contest. The Gophers have just been too good defensively early on to just look past, so the Minnesota Golden Gophers to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. Minnesota has been rolling on offense, averaging 46 points per game. The Golden Gophers have faced only one Big Ten defense in Michigan State, and they won that game 34-7. Michigan State has been struggling this season but is still a formidable opponent. This will be a real test for the Gophers, but they should be able to score as they have been. Purdue has been scoring as well, led by quarterback Aiden O'Connell. The Boilermakers are averaging 36 points per game. They have hit the over in 5 of their last 6 games, and when these teams play each other, they have hit the over in 8 of the last 10 times. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. Oklahoma versus TCU. The number 18 ranked Oklahoma Sooners hit the road Saturday when visiting the TCU Horned Frogs at Ammon G. Carter Stadium in Fort Worth, Texas for a Big 12 showdown. Oklahoma was knocked from the unbeaten ranks when falling to Kansas State 41-34 last Saturday. Oklahoma gained 550 yards of total offense, but the Sooners gave up 509 yards of total offense to the Wildcats. TCU defeated SMU 42-34 last Saturday to keep its unblemished record intact. The Horned Frogs gained 487 yards of total offense. TCU gave up 476 yards of total offense, but forced SMU into turning the ball over twice. The Sooners are 4-0 against the spread in their last 4 after an against the spread loss, and 6-2 against the spread in their last 8 in October. Oklahoma is 5-2-1 against the spread versus a team with a winning record. Meanwhile, the Frogs are 2-5-1 against the spread in their last 8 at home and 1-4 against the spread in the last 5 in October. TCU is 1-6 against the spread in their last 7 conference games. The Oklahoma Sooners will take out their frustration from losing last week to Kansas State on the TCU Horned Frogs this Saturday. Oklahoma has covered the spread in 6 of the last 7 games overall against TCU, and the Sooners have played well on the road against the Horned Frogs, covering the spread in 4 out of the last 5 in Fort Worth. Oklahoma's offense, which scores an average of 40.3 points per game, will be too much for the TCU defense, and the Sooners' defense, which allows only 17.8 points per game, will shut down the TCU offense. Oklahoma's ground game average is 231.3 yards per game, which is 12th best in the country, and the passing attack for Oklahoma averages 281.8 yards per game, which is 34th in the country, and will face a TCU defense that is allowing an average of 272.3 yards per game passing. The Sooners are reeling after an upset loss to Kansas State. Oklahoma put up 550 total yards in that one with 7.5 yards per play and 26 first downs. That said, the Sooners went just 4 of 3 on third down tries and committed 11 penalties, in addition to giving up 509 total yards and 28 first downs to the Wildcats. It's going to take a big turnaround to get prepared for TCU this weekend, but Oklahoma is certainly capable. I like an angry Sooners team to come in and take out their frustrations here, so the Oklahoma Sooners to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. As mentioned previously, Oklahoma scores an average of 40 points per game, and TCU is scoring an average of 46 points per game. The total has finished over in 7 of the last 9 games that Oklahoma has played against a team with a winning record. TCU has seen the total finish over in 5 of its last 7 games overall, and in each of the last 5 when playing against a team with a winning record. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.